Hi guys, it's Tanya from 4 Girls Jewelry. We will make today these beautiful components. I'm planning to make earrings out of them. Looks like they are floating, and see how they woven. It's look like it's braided on the side. I hope you can see it, right? Excuse me, my nails. I'm making a lot of earrings. I just had my first show and learned that I need to create more earrings. And this is my favorite also. One of the favorite views, herringbone stitch, believe it or not. But I just add some beads and I want to share how I made them. But before I even start my tutorial, I guys want to ask you to subscribe or sign up, whatever, how you want to say. If you are motivated to create some jewelry watching my channel, if you learn anything from my channel, please subscribe. If you inspired to create any jewelry just watching me, please subscribe. And also, if you wait for Tuesday, like I know a lot of people say, hey, I'm waiting so like every day for Tuesday to come because I want to see what you make. Subscribe, share, so we will create a beautiful community. If it's not your cup of tea, unsubscribe, because we want to have people who supportive, that we can fearlessly share ideas. I share ideas sometimes. I'm thinking today, even when I was starting creating this, we have a rain in the morning, and I was looking, even videotaping some raindrops, and from that sort of like looking at the water, at the lines in the water, I was thinking, I don't think about wearable art, but I just think how we can mimic those lines and with the wires, and believe it or not, it did create wearable art, right? Here is the same edge that I did here, just the only thing is that I later stitched them together with the 24 gauge. So if you have more complicated piece and you want to just with this edge, you can do that too. So let's pick up 24 gauge wire and 26. I use 26 for the weaving because my pearls have very tiny drill hole, so that's why I use 26. But if your beads are nicely drilled, you can use 24 gauge, and in the middle here you can use 22 gauge or 20 gauge. That will be nice for stable component, or 24, 22 for the earrings. You know, that's up to you. Okay, so I will use beautiful labradorite, small tiny with labrador essence. I love labradorite. Expensive, not expensive, I just love these beads. And I will use my pearls. So here is that piece of 24 gauge. Let me measure. This will be more than enough for earrings, for that little component. See how it's like I use that for the wrapped loop, and it's more than enough, it's plenty. So let's see the size, like length of the wire. It's 3 inches, and I use a piece of 26 gauge because I don't need a lot. That's what I need for making some wraps, and it's very super easy. I know. So we put the bead on. You can even start it without putting bead yet, but just to make few wraps. So I do 1, 2, and I put a beautiful bead on. Make the first wrap around my main wire, because we're working with very thin gauge. They can easily misshape, but that's okay. I cut my excess wire here. Yeah, we will have noises, guys, for an additional year probably or more, because we have construction next door, like I said. Okay, so here is my first, and I like to make 4 wraps 4 herringbone stitches. So we complete the one. Oh, sorry, my jewelry. I don't know what I have here. Okay, so 1. I like 4, so I will do 2. That's a 2 complete. Then we do third, and I do each layer I do behind the first. Just don't rush. This is number 3, and I like 4 before I start my braiding. Look like a braid, but okay. So we have 4, and I will use my tiny drilled pearls. They are beautiful, but they just have tiny holes. So here we have 1 bead, and we continue the same weaving just with the beads. So we put 1 and go all the way like we always do. See how it's like looks like that. Hold it and just make a wrap. Looks funny when you just start this work. And then I put another bead, and we do the same thing. So here we have 1, we will have the same thing here, just nicely a wire wrap. Because we work with 26 gauge, it's easy to manipulate. So now what I do is I just put my wire behind that pearl, so it's just behind that, and we put 1 more bead, and we'll just put it roughly in the middle. I like to have it in the middle, so hold that there, hold your bead in the middle of that bead, right, and just make a nice wrap here behind that one, like this, because wires have a memory, so they remember. And now it's time to put 1 more bead, here. Okay, let's see, it's wrong. So again, we put in the middle of our project here, right, and push it nicely. They misshape, it's okay. So I have another bead, and we just wrap. That's it. Going behind all 2 of them, and this is the last bead. That looks so beautiful. It looks like you braided, but you didn't braid. So 1 more bead, 1 more bead, and this bead will go lining up with our other side. Just wrap. So all we have to do, go all the way behind those 2 with your wire, and put your last bead. Let me put the last bead, so that will not be in the picture. And this is my last one. I line up with this one and finish the wrapping. That's it. And you guys create. So I will just make 3-4 wraps before I cut my wire. Cut the wire, push the thing. Usually what I do is, because I'm creating earrings, I have this mark on my pliers. You can guys see it because like I made tons of earrings, so it's always there. So what I do is I just immediately make my one side, so it's a complete wrapped loop. So I want to have this done nicely. That's the one. And then if you want to, because some of the, like, you can leave like this, so it could be like this, just make sure they sit nice. Or because here you can see that is like this and here is like this. I feel like when you take your pliers and just nicely, slowly, gently, where they are crossing, push a little bit, and then these guys here, so that way your bead will not move. You can push it even more, you know, so it will sit like, push it more. You can be more brave by pushing the beads. I push. I'm not scared to push them. Okay, and they will sit nicely where they are. See how it's like, look, they are like floating almost. And I will do the same thing here. They don't have to be perfectly aligned with their partners on the other side. It's okay. It's just like life. You don't have to. It still works, right? Yeah. Okay. So there we are. You know, like if I feel like I wanted to correct a little bit, I can. And I do like making earrings like that. I hope you guys will create elements like that. It could be easily as the earrings, or if you use this gauge wire thicker and thicker with a nicely drill hole beads, you can create component for your necklaces. It could be a part of the necklace, chain and little components there. I really hope you can take this idea and create something that you create, totally you. So that's all I want to share. I was also playing with the same thing, and that's the middle part. Before I even squish it, I didn't squish it properly, but I continue with the wrapping around more herringbone stitch layers, and I do like it too. It's beautiful. I feel like they're not properly aligned, because that's the only thing that I don't like it here, that they misshaped. Like this side is higher than this one, but it could be, if you like stuff like that, you can do it on purpose, or you can align them better before you actually do herringbone stitch. You see how this is more aligned than that one. That was one of the first that I made, and I didn't even think to put them perfectly together. But yep, so guys, I hope you like it. Please subscribe. If you're not, share with your friends. I really hope that this channel will grow, and we will have a lot of people, big community of artists wire wrappers, right? Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday with more ideas. Thank you. See you next time.